So, leaks about 6.4 have been popping up everywhere for weeks now, and it's one of those situations where you scroll past 10 posts, watch 5 different clips, read 100 hot takes, and somehow you still don't really know what to trust. That's why this video is here, to put everything we currently have in one place. The banner pool, what Varka's kit is starting to look like, what kind of content this patch seems to prioritize, and why 6.4 might end up being way more important than people expect. Let's start with the banners, because that's always the first thing everyone checks. The pool we keep seeing tied to 6.4 is Varka as the new debut, plus reruns for Flynn's, Skirk, and Escoffier. The exact phase order isn't officially locked in yet, so treat this as these 4 are the candidates, not a finalized schedule. That said, I'll still give you my best guess for the order later, because for planning, banner order is everything. Varka is obviously the headline. He's expected to be a 5-star Anemo Claymore DPS, but the way his gameplay is being described makes him feel different from the usual Anemo lineup. The simplest way to put it. He sounds like a burst-centered, on-field carry who can adjust how he plays depending on what your team looks like. In multiple showcases, people were testing double Anemo plus double Pyro setups, which matches older leaks claiming that this exact structure might be his best performing core. And if you're into that every hit feels heavy fantasy, the animations we've seen so far look like they're really leaning into it. The really interesting part is how his damage allegedly shifts. From what's floating around, his main damage stays Anemo, but parts of his output can convert depending on whether you're running Pyro, Hydro, Electro, or Cryo units in the party. That kind of design is huge, because it means he isn't stuck in one reaction lane. Instead, you build him as a clean carry who plugs into different cores, and the element flavor changes with the team. For an Anemo DPS, that's a big deal. Because Anemo carries have often been very, you either love the playstyle or you don't. This looks like an attempt to give him a higher ceiling through real team interaction. And another thing, he doesn't look like a standard banner character. There was a rumor going around that he could get added to the standard pool, but that one doesn't have strong support. Most signs still point to him being a limited 5-star, which matters. Limited units usually get the stronger spotlight treatment. Better numbers, clearer identity, and a real marketing push. Now outside of Varka, the reruns are what make 6.4 genuinely scary for free-to-play players. Flynn's showing up here is especially notable. First, it feels early. Flynn's is one of the first major units of the Nod Cry cycle, so a rerun this soon would be fast. But second, it makes a lot of sense when you look at the meta direction. The leaked Abyss blessings in this window keep pointing toward lunar charge damage boosts. If that ends up being true, Flynn's is basically the face of that reaction path. And since a ton of people just pulled a Nefa in 6.3, Flynn's plus a Nefa is one of the cleanest lunar charged pairings you can run. So putting a Flynn's rerun right after an Nefa patch? That's exactly the kind of complete the duo timing Hoyoverse loves. Then there's Escoffier. Her rerun landing here has been in the air for a while, and if she shows up, you already know what the community instantly connects it to. Skirk. For months, people have been saying Escoffier and Skirk would rerun close together because they function like a package for peak performance. Skirk is already one of the strongest cryo damage dealers in the game, but her full power version is heavily tied to having Escoffier alongside her. And that's why this pairing is dangerous. It stops being, do I like this character, and turns into, do I want to finish the duo? And that question is always expensive. Now for phase order. Nothing official yet, but here's the cleanest structure based on themes and timing. Varka should logically be first half. He's the debut and the marketing centerpiece. The rerun that fits best next to him is Flynn's, because the rumored lunar-charged Abyss blessing would align perfectly with that banner. Then Phase 2 becomes Escoffier plus Skirk together, because that duo works as a combined sales push and as a combined gameplay package. Again, that's a prediction, not confirmation. But it's the most coherent layout. Now let's talk about what 6.4 looks like beyond for banners and move on, because it doesn't seem like a throwaway patch. First, a new world boss has been discussed. The footage people have been passing around makes it feel like a permanent boss rather than a one-off event gimmick. And whenever new bosses show up, that usually means new material loops. And if Varka is the debut, it's very likely at least one of these bosses is tied directly to his ascension path. On the event side, the leaks suggest multiple events, with one bigger, more story-driven centerpiece and a few smaller activities around it. What stands out is how often Mondstadt characters keep getting mentioned in connection to these events. You see lists that include Varka, Venti, and a huge cast of familiar Mondstadt faces. And when a patch leans that hard into one region's cast, it usually points to dialogue, story moments, and that festival vibe rather than just pure combat stages. There are also some smaller but noticeable cosmetic and presentation upgrades. There will be some new running trail effects for a few older characters, purely visual, but still the kind of polish that makes characters feel fresh again. Imaginarium Theater is also getting new pose rewards too, which won't change gameplay, but collectors are going to love it. And there's also a new Catalyst cosmetic mentioned called Pearl in a Witch's Hat. Again, no power value, but it adds personality and flavor. Housing and side modes seem to be getting attention as well. There are hints about a new teapot map and new assets, plus expansions for Miliastra Wonderland with new spaces and cosmetic rewards. The overall vibe is that 6.4 isn't trying to introduce some massive new system. Instead, it's expanding what already exists, which is honestly good news if you felt like the Luna patches were piling on too many mechanics too fast. This looks more focused. New character, new boss, a story-heavy event, and a bunch of polish. So, what does that mean for you? It means 6.4 is probably going to be a rough patch to save through. Even if you don't care about Varka, the reruns might hit you. Even if you don't care about the reruns, Varka might be that one Anemo carry that finally feels worth it. And if you already own one half of a duo, Skirk without Escoffier or the other way around, this patch becomes a trap, in the nicest way possible. One last reminder before we close. Leaks are still leaks. Phase order can change. Reruns can shuffle. Nothing is 100% real until the special program confirms it. But the reason people are taking this set seriously is because it's staying consistent across multiple sources, and it matches the gameplay patterns we've been seeing throughout the current Luna era. Let me know in the comments what 6.4 is going to do to your savings. Are you going all in for Varka? Are you finishing Lunar charged with Flynn's? Are you completing the Skirk plus Escoffier duo? Or are you skipping everything and saving for the next cycle? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.